Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, starting off with 144,000, which would be the ruling governing body in the kingdom of heaven, which the 144,000 will consist of all men. You also have a lot of the elect here in America, which is a large multitude of believers, which will be saved as well, which will include men, women, and children. 2/3 of our people will be destroyed here in America, which is a way bigger number than the 1/3. You also have the rebels that will be scattered abroad, that will be destroyed. And you do have the elect that are scattered abroad in different countries that will be saved. Of you Israelites, who the world ignorantly calls you black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemalans, the Panamanians. You are the Israelites, Cubans. Contrary to what this world has taught you to believe, we are the Lord's people. Right? I'm your brother Yeremi. Come back here y'all with a quick lesson from end time headlines. As y'all can see, uh, you know, that NWO system is coming. You know, we're literally probably days away, weeks away. I'm speaking as a man. Things are happening so fast. This man is moving. It says your social security card, you know, will soon be available digitally, Salakia. Right? This is all a prelude to the MOTB. Right? And the elders and apostles of Great Millstone have told you, they have told you, they have told you about this time to come. Look how fast they're moving. Right? You got that real ID deadline. It's actually in like, I think, what's today, May 4th. It's in like 3 days. Everybody's supposed to have their real ID if they want to get on a plane and fly domestically, right? And they might extend it, but there's a lot of different things that Esau's doing within the system to identify you. They switching everything over, and what you think is gonna happen soon? That money is gonna be digital. That ain't 5 years from now, you know. Esau, he likes to play games and tell you one hand we're gonna do this in this time frame, then we're gonna do it by this time frame. Now this devil, he's moving fast. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, for the vision, meaning the prophecy, right, is yet for the point of time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry away from because it will surely come out and will not tarry. And we're in a time to where things are speeding the hell up, man. You know, because your social security is, you know, it's a physical card. Y'all can see it's a physical card. Everybody has it when they born in this fucking place. Everybody has a fucking birth certificate, a paper copy, you know, when you was born, your date, when you was born, what your Babylonian name is, where you was born at, who you was born to, you know. But all these things are going digital. You know, your money is going digital too. You know, all these things that have something to do with your identity and who you are, what you need on a day-to-day basis is going to be on a C-hip very, very soon. That is not, like I said, that is not years from now, man. Right? You other camps, man, I don't know what the hell y'all doing. Still playing games? You know? And it's so in your face. It's so obvious. You know? But I digress. The scriptures do say, let me go to Sirach. Right? Sirach. Let me see what that scripture is that I thought of. Sirach 30. Is it Sirach 39 and 29? 24. Yeah, Sirach 39 and 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. You see? So this prophecy of the MOTB system, you know, which ultimately it's going to be the seed that they're going to put in you, right? It's been playing to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, but you other camps, it ain't been playing to you. Which a lot of y'all took the bag. You know, some of y'all might do understand it as that, or you might genuinely think it is, or you might be genuinely saying it's something else. But that means the Lord blinded you. You know, it's either one or the other. You know, you gotta. It's very vital that you preach the right thing, man, because this is death or life that we talking about. This ain't a game. When we come out to the highways and byways, we do these sit down lessons. We take these things, we take this very serious because this is serious, right? You call yourself, speaking about, preaching this truth, but you speaking the wrong thing. The Lord gonna judge y'all for that, man. The scriptures speak about giving an uncertain sound. Let me see. I forgot where that's at. It might be in Corinthians. But that's what a lot of y'all camps, man, y'all are doing when y'all saying that the MOTB is not the chip, or it's not gonna come, or it ain't that serious, or it's not a sin, to take to MOTB. But a lot of y'all saying it's sin itself, like you ate pork or you got the MOTB. No, man, you gotta buy and sell with it. That's why everything's going digital. It's so obvious, right? Hey, niggas is wicked, man. I don't give a damn. You trying to act like it ain't what it is. I believe a lot of camps do. Y'all do understand what it is. Y'all just being wicked. But that's all right. When certain members of your congregation find out that you lied to them, they gonna fuck y'all up, man. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 8. It says, "For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself into the battle?" Right? Because in the ancient world, you would have men, on the towers watching for danger, and they would blow the trumpet sound to warn people in the city. And we doing that spiritually, right? Because we're on the watchtower, right? And we gotta let the people know, or let our people know, what it is, what's to come. If you're not saying the right things, or you slothful in business, how people gonna know when things is headed their way? When things pop off, what to do? They're not gonna know. So it's very important that you have the right doctrine, man. It's very important that you preach this truth directly and correctly. This devil is coming out with it. Which it's not going to be mandatory that you're going to have a digital one, but it says set to be launched early in the summer. And like I said, they got their real ID deadline in 3 days to where you're supposed to have it. If you want to fly on a plane, not to just ID yourself anywhere, and that's a card, but all these different things, like I said, they're all leading to one thing, man. They just doing it gradually, but that's a lot of things that's going digital in 1 year. This, real ID. In some states they do have it to where you can have a digital driver's license. They do have it like that already, right? And a lot of places they don't even take cash anymore. They have it to where you do Apple Pay. I would say if it ain't this year, it definitely be next year, because it's here. The system is set up pretty much. They just gotta, find ways to implement it without getting a lot of, pushback. But they're gonna get pushback because people know about it, right? But it is what it is. The elect, they're not gonna fall for the trap. We see what's coming, right? We know what's getting ready to happen. That's why the scriptures tell you in Proverbs 8 and Salakia 34 says, "Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates and waiting at the post of my doors." Right? We hear Yahweh Shemel Shai. We understand what these scriptures are saying, right? And we teaching the people. All right, the prophecies are clear. The understanding is clear to us, right? And we paying attention to the news. We linking up the current events to what the scripture says is going to happen, and we measuring the times diligently. So we telling you, warning the people, right? But you other camps, man, y'all playing games, right? Y'all playing games. When this thing happens, a lot of Jake gonna be caught off guard, even so-called in the truth, because of what you other camps are doing. It's so obvious. Right? And I'm ending off with the scripture, Revelations 13. You know, it's going to happen. Right? It can happen with everything, like I said, happening right now. These blackouts, food's not being on the shelves pretty soon. All this could happen. They could force it. They could just implement it right then and there. You know. And what are these people gonna do? Yeah, they gonna lash out, protest, and they gonna do all that, right? But if they don't have nothing to they don't have anything, they gonna take it. This is Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. Right, just talking about a physical thing. Right, mark. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark or name of the beast, or number of his name. Right, like I said, it's all about tracking and control. That's what it's about. You know. But these other things that you use on a day-to-day basis, or you use to just, conduct any type of business or anything, they do taking those things first and then transferring it over to the digital side. Like I said, like your social security card or your ID, depending on what state you in, right? Maybe even your birth certificate in some states. I ain't heard about that, but then it's gonna be the money. These are all things, like I said, that you have to have in order to operate legally. And just do things. You gotta have these things, or else you can't. To get a job, you gotta have these things, right? To operate. If you don't have these things, you ain't gonna be able to. But that's why we gonna depend on Yahweh Bashim Shah, Lord willing, when those times come, man. We ain't gonna be a part of this system. We gonna fully lean upon Yahweh Bashim Shah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in these times. Right, while these people, they still hoping and praying for this society to continue to go on, they gonna bend the knee. They gonna bend the knee and serve this man. So what would the elect do? You gotta think like that. Think like the elect. So I'm gonna close out. I hope this video was edifying. They prophecies are coming, man. It's here. It ain't even coming. It's here. What you gonna do, Jake? We ain't gonna be pushing these videos too much longer at all. I sense it. I feel it every day. But like I said, I hope this video was edifying to the elect. Lordship. That's all who matters. Of Israel. Right. Hey, keep your eyes open, Jake. Pray constantly, fast. I'm talking to myself first and foremost. Pray Lord gives you more faith, because this system is coming. This devil's coming around with great wrath. I'm going to close out. I won't give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Makakwadash. Double honor to the elders, apostles, great millstone. Until next time, I want to say, Abba, Babal, Shalom.